So you're fresh out of your divorce. The papers are signed, you feel great. You're ready to get back out there in the dating market. You've been with your wife for years and the landscape has completely changed. You don't know anything about dating apps. You don't know about the new social norms. You don't know anything about what's going on in this world. And you feel confused. You feel lost. I am fucking there for you, my friend, because I've been through this fresh out of my divorce. I started getting back out there and dating. I was smart enough, I'm going to use the word smart, to actually hire a coach to not pick up women, but to understand social dynamics. And I learned different skills, different mindsets to have. And today I want to share with you 5 ideas or 5 things that you can take away from this video, getting back out there in the divorce and kind of understanding some of the things that you think you should be doing, you really shouldn't be doing. With that, my name is Jared Schoonmaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. Welcome to my channel. This channel was created for men. Now, I do coach and I do have a lot of followers that are women, because they can understand, or they want to understand, what's going inside of a male mind. And so I welcome everybody who wants to come to this channel, who wants to learn, who wants to just take away some knowledge that maybe they didn't know about before. And in your comment section, drop me a comment. Maybe it's something I didn't think about. Maybe it's a new perspective I didn't think about in your dating scenario, what's worked for you. But these are just the 5 highlights, 5 topics I want to think about. The very first one is just embrace what I just call self-discovery. Figure out who you are as a person now. Now, the scenario usually plays like this. You get married young, you have kids, you get a house, obviously you have your wife. Who you were in college or who you were in high school, you sort of lost along the way. Those dreams, those passions, those goals you have sort of had a sideline, because you have kids and you have a wife and you have a job and you have a mortgage to pay and the fucking government's taking your taxes and, you know, the roads look like shit. Fuck you, New York. But I'm digressing. We're going to leave that in there. You have all these responsibilities. So the person you used to be, after your divorce, you need to find out who that person is and really find out who you are now. We can never go back in time. You know, if you're 38 in your mid-30s and you wanted to be an NFL player, well, Jesus, man, you can't go back in time. But what you can do is figure out who you are now, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your passions are, what your goals are, and start advancing all of that. If you're weak in an area, you want to learn a language, you want to learn a new hobby, you want to learn a new skill, and you just want to maybe learn martial arts, this is the time to start getting into that self-discovery, getting into that who you are. Because who you are right now, the things that you do right now, will matter in 10 years, will matter in 20 years, will matter if you decide to get into another relationship. You need to figure out who you are. So on top of figuring out who you are and the things that are going to make you tick, the things that are going to make you excited in this world, you also have this new opportunity. You are divorced. You no longer have that connection, that relationship with that woman. But you're also just not strangers sitting alone at empty tables. You do have a history with this person. You might even have children with this person. So by leveling yourself up, by figuring out and growing who you are, it kind of gives her permission to do the same thing. She needs to figure out who she is. She has, I'm sure, passions and ideas that she's had to shelf, raising the children and you know, having a husband. So it goes both ways. I threw that in because there are a lot of women that watch, so I do want you guys to understand the parallels. We both have to do this. Embracing that self-discovery, having that excitement again about, okay, I have this new life. I have these new opportunities. I want to do something different with my life. Give yourself permission. Don't feel guilty for it. Go out and explore that. Sorry, the second part of this idea is I say not to emote and not to push your emotions or vomit out your emotions. I never say don't have emotions. There's a time and place to exercise those emotions, and it's not out in public. You need to take some time, get into a good therapy, a good coaching program, talk to maybe even some of your guy friends. I wouldn't suggest talking to your married guys, and I wouldn't suggest talking to your single guys. They have two different mindsets. What you want to do is just get in a good men's program and talk to them. Maybe they've gone through a divorce, but they're in a better mindset. You don't want to talk to the single guys, and you don't want to talk to the married guys. You want to find divorced guys who are in your situation, or who have been in your situation, who may be a lot further along than you, and get around them and just get that support. As divorced men, we don't have the support women do. We just don't have it. It's just not out there. This channel is for you guys. I can coach you, I can help you, and our channel is free for you to join. We'll drop the link down below, but you want to get around people who have been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and that can help you navigate some of these pitfalls. Healing and growing. Taking the responsibility of why the divorce happened. For us men, the divorce is always our fault. I firmly believe as a man, everything that happens in your family, in your relationship, is your fault. She might have ran off and sucked off your best friend, but it's your fault. You did not do something. So you need to figure out what that is. Fix those deficiencies in your life. Give yourself the permission to apologize to yourself. Yep, it's not going to happen again. And grow from that. If you don't heal from this past, if you don't heal from this trauma, all you're going to do is bring it into another relationship. You haven't learned anything, and this is, in a previous video I said this is why second marriages fail. You're bringing in trauma, you're bringing in all of this heartache and pain you dealt with in your last divorce, or maybe even your last relationship, and you're bringing it into another relationship. So you really need to get good counseling, a good coaching program, and you really need to heal yourself and grow from there. I promise you, this is the most important one. If you don't do this, you are going to taint every other relationship going forward. I promise you, this is what's going to happen. The third thing I see that happens a lot is men will jump right into another relationship, or they start dating a woman and they get one-itis like fucking day one. They start seeing this woman and they immediately have this emotional connection to her, or they think they have an emotional connection to her. Really what you're experiencing is it's somebody else. It's new, exciting. It's not your wife. It's a new relationship, and you're so enamored by this person because she's paying attention to you, or maybe your wife hasn't in years, and your sex is amazing and she's laughing at your stories. You feel the need to lock this one down. You feel the need that I have to have her, and you go right into another long-term relationship. Well, really, you don't know anything about her, and you haven't learned anything about yourself. We often mask this pain, this emotions that we have, this dissatisfaction, and we think when we get into another relationship it just washes it all away. It doesn't. Getting into another long-term relationship right after a divorce, or even a long-term relationship, is basically a rebound. They're just a rebound. You don't want that person to be your rebound, and you don't want to be a rebound. So the advice for this is also, if you've met a girl who's just getting out of a divorce, don't date her. If you like her, tell her, listen, I like you, call me in 6 months. We need a minimum of 6 months after a divorce, or maybe even longer, to not get into a long-term relationship. You need to be dating around. I'm not saying you need to be whoring and slutting yourself around, but you need to date around. You need to date different kinds of people. You need to date different types of environments, rich people, poor, whatever, different types of people. And you need to get into different activities and hobbies and passions, because that's where those people are. But by jumping right into another LTR, or God forbid, you're jumping right into another fucking marriage, you haven't healed, you haven't grown, you haven't had any self-discovery. You're basically trading one wife for another or one wife for a girlfriend. Nothing about you has changed. You owe yourself more, and you certainly owe this new person coming to your life a lot more. That's the takeaway with this one. Just don't get into another relationship. Give yourself 6 months, a year, until you're fully healed, until you've gotten some growth, until you realize some of the limiting beliefs that you have and you fix those, until you realize you're in a better place to then bring somebody else into your life. Just don't get into one. You're going to destroy that person. The fourth one, man, when we go through a divorce, for the most part, our finances are fucking destroyed. Now, how does this work with dating? Well, it goes perfectly with dating, because what we want to do is when we start dating, we're expected to pay, most of the bills. We're supposed to be paying for dinner and dates. If you don't have that extra money, what do you typically do? You start extending your credit out. You start robbing Peter to pay Paul just to go out and date, just to go out there and be there. And I get it. I understand. You want to be social. You want to get out there. You want to experiencing new things. But divorce a lot of times fucks your finances up. You have child support now. You have maintenance. You have rent at another place. Maybe you got to drive further to work. What I suggest to do is get your finances up. It's fine to go out and casually date and once in a blue moon, but if you can work more hours at work, maybe there's a promotion you can really start working on to get that, to get more money. Ask your boss, what can I do to make some more money? Your boss already knows that you've gone through a divorce, because I'm sure the fucking judge and the learners already slapped a judgment on you where half of your paycheck goes to her anyway. So they already know you're going through a divorce. So if there's anything they can do to help make some money, go on Uber. I know it sounds like, Jared, what do you mean? You have a car, make extra money. Drive Uber at night. When the nights you don't have your kids, Uber Eats. Find a second job. You need to get your income up. Not so that you can court women, but you need to start getting your income up, because you have to supplement somehow the income you're losing for child support and maintenance. You have to supplement that somehow. And once you get that up, once maybe even start a side business, maybe a side hustle, a second job. Once you have a little bit of a nest egg, then you can go out and date a little bit more. There's that cushion. You're not just racking up a credit card bill and paying the minimum down. Get your finances in straight. That's also going to lead to getting better quality woman. The last thing you do, you go to a hot, high value woman or hot piece of ass, the last thing she's going to want to see is your piece of shit car, and you go and play with a credit card and the credit card's maxed out, or she sees your apartment and there's nothing in the apartment. Get yourself in order. Get your finances in order. Get your new nest, your new home in order. Get all of that in order first before you go out there and start dating women. It's very important. You need to, this is about self-care, which is number 5. 4 and 5 are both really self-care. Getting yourself, your finances in order, and then we go to self-care. Guys, I get it. When I went through my divorce, I had a gut. Not a bad one, but I had a little bit of gut. I drank a lot. I just didn't really take care of myself, and I needed to get back out there. I needed to go out and meet women. I needed to kind of learn some new things. And I got back into the gym super hard, and I completely transformed my body, which helped my confidence, which helped my self-esteem, where women were looking at me like, oh, who is that mother effer? Well, hey, babe, how you doing? So you want to start working on yourself, and going to the gym is free. You can go to a gym, you can go to a park, you can do push-ups. You don't need a membership. You can go someplace. You don't need a gym, but you need to work on yourself. The same way that goes with your appearance. Now, some of this costs money, but maybe you're out there dating and you've always had the same hairstyle for 20 fucking years. Your wife liked it, or she probably didn't like it. She just never told you. That's what she's used to. Switch up your hairstyle. Change it. Get a cut. If you're always been shaven, grow a little stubble. If you always have this fucking weird ass beard, get it shorter. change your style up. This is one of the reasons why maybe women aren't noticing you as much, is because you're covered. Your beard's covering you. They can't really see you. Maybe your hairstyle looks like it's something from the 90s. Maybe, and I don't know why anybody still has this, you have a fucking goatee. The goatee ended in the 90s, yet it's 2023 and I still see guys rocking it. Completely foreign to me. I don't understand it. But these are some of the things that you can do. Just change it up. The clothes, if you're dressed like a toddler, get a nice shirt when you go out, for Christ's sakes. Don't dress like you're fucking kids. The whole point is this is a new life. This is a new chapter in your life. Why would you bring your old habits into your new chapter? This is why I say self-reflection is really the main thing you need to do. Take a look at your assets, take a look at what you're good at, take a look at your liabilities, and start limiting those. With that, my friends, this is Jared with Magnetic Men's Club. Hit like, subscribe, that bell icon. And if you are stuck in this, if you do need a little bit of help with this, book a free coaching call with me. I can help you. I'm not going to write your fucking Tinder profile for you, but I know I can help you. I know I can get you in the right direction. And I'm here for you guys. With that, we'll talk soon.